Today I'm doing this video. No offense, no nothing. It might be a video that might shed light or be a lesson. Don't worry about my lazy eye, I just woke up. So today I was scrolling in TikTok and I came across this teacher who was beating a 7-year-old boy just because the boy was looking shaky and had not applied petroleum jelly on their body. I felt triggered and a shift in mood just because I could relate. And it reminded me so much about the primary school level teachers. Those teachers flipped a lot of lives upside down. Growing up as children, we all had big dreams, but that was not the case for everyone, especially for those children who came from poor families, those children who could not afford their basic needs. They were so vulnerable and they got picked up at any slight opportunity in school. Those children were used as examples. Those children watched their dreams get swept under the carpet every day. The very first day somebody sets their feet in school, they are told teachers are nice, they will protect you, they'll take good care of you. But now that I'm an adult, I don't think that was the case. The very first day children from poor families set their feet in school, their lives get flipped upside down completely. Just because of how they look, how they present, the lack of basic needs, and everything surrounding them. They get beaten for not having basic needs, showing up in school looking shaky. They didn't apply petroleum jelly in school for one reason or another. They came to school late. Maybe they didn't have something to eat and they had to wait for the mother to go look for something. They ended up coming to school late. They get beaten. Nobody cared to ask them what happened at home. A teacher picks you in assembly, abuses you for being dirty in front of all students, like it didn't matter to them at all. You get beaten, you go to class crying, you get to class, your class teacher shows up and tells you, why are you crying? Why didn't you take shower? Doesn't your mother know that you need petroleum jelly? Yet you even know nothing about it. Your business was to come to school because it was a norm. It was a routine. It's not like when you're a child, you know what you are even going to do in school. Your fellow students or classmates laugh at you. Your face is always down because you can't even look up. And what was even bad was when you were that kind of a child and you were not good academically. You could go through a whole hell at school. They could never enjoy. When other children were enjoying, you get picked, you get beaten, you get abused. And the only places where those children enjoyed was outside class. Maybe playing with other students or other fellow schoolmates. But when it was time to go to class, you tend to remember again, what will life be like in class? And now that I'm an adult, I don't feel it. Nothing was right back then. Those teachers didn't do justice Those teachers abused us psychologically, morally, emotionally, and our lives just got flipped upside down. A lot of people lost their dreams from a very young age, lost their confidence, even lost themselves because showing up in school, showing up at school was one big trouble. It was like doing a big task because there were a lot of things running in your head. Because for one, there's no petroleum jelly, two one school uniform, three, the bullying in school, your teacher, the lateness, the shakiness. And up to date. And you know what? I still ask myself, was it really necessary for a teacher to beat me or to beat any other student for not applying petroleum jelly or for taking a shower in the morning without even soap, only water, and coming to school looking all white? How was it my responsibility or that child's responsibility? And not even one time did I see a teacher show up in class and say, and call those names, specific names, maybe like, oh, Asenat, Chiri, Tito, Kipto. This is for you. Take good care of this petroleum jelly so you don't show up to school tomorrow or the next day looking shaky. Even for one day, I didn't see it. The only things that I had were, you'll end up like your mother, you're just like your dad, you're nobody, you look shaky, you're not a good child. And the ones that I pity right now and I feel for them so much were the ones that were not good at books. They didn't do well in class because maybe if you did well, you were there, maybe you were loved kidogo. But one thing that still makes my mind go wild, up to date, what were teachers up to back then? And I hope it stopped. Like, how could you even tell a very little child, like, you'll be a drunkard like your dad? How could you tell a very little girl you'll end up like your mother? How did I even know? I couldn't even tell if my mother's life was not good back then. How? And today, if people ask me if I should flash back and look at my schoolmates, especially the ones that were so bright in class and lost it along, when somebody asks me and says, Hasena, what happened to them? I would say, now that I'm an adult, I would say, teachers played the biggest role. They helped them get lost along the way. They didn't give them the good moral support they needed. Instead, they tortured them emotionally, psychologically, and along the way, they couldn't handle it. All we cared about at that time was maybe some moral support. And honestly, I'm not apologetic, and I hope things change, because if somebody can relate, honestly, there is a better way that children can be taught at school rather than abusing and making them look like they're not special. It's not good.